It is an honor and a pleasure to be here for this event to welcome Mr. Hunt to the city of Newport News and my home, the Southeast community. I have lived here all of my life, and I am pleased to see such a renowned artist grace us with a piece of fine sculpture to display on our community most prominent corridor, which is Jefferson Avenue.
And we know that people will come from across the nation to see his work here. And it really lets the citizens know that great things are happening in our city of Newport News.
He was the youngest artist to exhibit in 1962 in Seattle's World's Fair.
We are so extremely pleased and excited about the fact that Richard Hunt is going to have a piece here in Newport News. I mean, he is one of the most prolific, one of the most famous artists in the country, and to have that piece here as a cornerstone of the revitalization of the Jefferson Avenue corridor, I think is not only extremely lucky, but we are fortunate that people have had the foresight to be able to see this as something that's going to be extremely important to this community.
This is our 14th permanent monumental sculpture that we brought to the city of Newport News, and by far the most important. Richard Hunt is arguably the most famous sculptor in the United States today, and to have a piece of his work in the city of Newport News as part of the Public Art Foundation's collection, well, it was really extraordinary, something that we really didn't know if we could make happen or not. This is not just bringing a piece of abstract metal to the city of Newport News. This is about bringing a piece of art and an artist to the community.
It's a great pleasure to be back in Newport News. There were relationships I had with people who are players in this particular project, Chuck Allen, and then John Hightower, who I met in the 70s when he was director of the Museum of Modern Art. You know, then Bobby Freeman became a friend, Jeff Stagio. Of the many sculptures that I've done, there's a whole range from rather impersonal ones to very personal interactions.
Now, Mr. Hunt's art will be a clear and visible symbol of the transformation that will not only inspire us, but to continue to unite us. His sculpture will be a touchstone, a catalyst for all the great things that are happening here in the Southeast community, and for all the great things yet to come.
It's great for the city. It's a phenomenal piece of art. It's another example of the city's continuing contribution and investment and concern about the Southeast community. Unlike many of the other pieces we've done before, the other pieces came in and they were complete. This one is still a work in art, literally hour by hour. The logistics part of it is very interesting. This particular piece came in 3 pieces. It weighs in at about 3,000 pounds. So it was shipped from Chicago on a flatbed truck, and then we had a rather large crane to offload it and then stack the pieces.
It's exciting. It's exciting to introduce the piece to the community and even to watch the community to interact with the piece. And it's always an exciting venture just to get in there and get it done.
He is creating a piece of art right here for the community. It's called Build a Dream, and he's literally building the dream as we watch him this week.
So even now, I'm looking and I'm thinking, well, you know, with everything in place, I might do another little something that goes a little further up and at a certain angle based on kind of how everything looks. And it turns out that this welded, fabricated method is very open to, you know, once it's all welded together, it's there, permanent and everything. But one of the things that's possible is to be kind of open-ended and improvisational even when you're working on something very large. And I like to reserve that as my kind of artistic license or prerogative. And so that's the way this is developed, and that's the way it's still developing.
What an exciting day to be here in Newport News. We want to welcome you to the Richard Hunt Sculpture Ribbon Cutting Ceremony.
This is art that becomes part of our lives. For every one of you in this neighborhood, this is going to be a part of your life now. You're going to drive past it every day. You're going to say, what the heck is that thing? What does it mean? And it's going to grow on you, just like a piece of music does or a piece of artwork. It's going to become part of the fabric of this community. These sculptures are changing our city, and they're changing this neighborhood. Because what this piece of art is, it's more than a sculpture. It's a symbol. that all of you in this neighborhood have said, we believe in the future of this neighborhood, and this is how we're showing it to you. You have made an investment in this neighborhood. You have said to the people, to all of us here, that we're going to enjoy this sculpture. But not only are we going to enjoy it, your children are going to enjoy it. Your grandchildren are going to enjoy it. Your great-grandchildren are going to enjoy it. And people are going to come here 50, 100, 150 years from now, and they're going to see this. And they're going to say, all of the people in this room today had a vision for this community and this neighborhood.
And I'm happy that you have a person like Bobby Freeman who wants it to be beautiful with works of public art as well as all the other amenities. And, you know, my heart is very full, and I have a very warm feeling for all of us gathered here. And I thank you, everyone, for the opportunity of placing this work in your community. Thanks so much. Thank you.
1, 2, 3. All right.